Mabuhay Pilipinas! This is the Balitang Bayan Newscast, delivering the latest news update at this time. Philippine government's 20 per kilo rice program, an initiative aimed at easing the burden of high food prices on low-income households. The KADIWA ng Pangulo program introduced the 20 pesos rice project in KADIWA centers and selected LGUs as announced by Agriculture Secretary Francisco P. Laurel Jr., primarily targeting beneficiaries such as senior citizens, 4-piece members, indigenous peoples, solo parents, and persons with disabilities. According to the Department of Agriculture, the program is designed to improve food accessibility and rising inflation. The rice will be produced by Food Terminal Incorporated from the National Food Authority. However, public reaction remained divided. Some consumers have welcomed the development as it is expected to help them stretch their limited household budgets amid rising prices of essential commodities. Nevertheless, many others have expressed concern, particularly businesses affected by the change. Additionally, some individuals have raised complaints regarding the quality of the rice, citing noticeable differences in texture, taste, and appearances when compared to commercially available rice sold in markets. The Department of Agriculture and the National Food Authority have responded by assuring the public that the 20 pesos rice is safe for consumption and meets the government quality standards. Officials clarify that the rice is sourced from government stocks and local procurement, not spoiled or expired supplies.
Breaking news, Makibalitang Bayan.
From an agricultural perspective, the proposed 20 pesos per kilo rice program is raising serious concerns, particularly among local rice farmers. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority show that the average cost of producing palay, the rice grain before milling, rose to approximately 14.52 pesos per kilogram in 2024, higher than in previous years. This means selling rice at 20 pesos per kilo would require heavy government subsidies or the use of NFA buffer stocks. Without proper support, farmers may be forced to sell palay at lower prices, cutting their income and discouraging local price production. DA Assistant Secretary Guevara also stated that this is about uplifting every Filipino, boosting local production, and ensuring no one, regardless of their culture or religion, is left behind in our nation's progress. For more updates, follow the Philippine Statistics Authority, Department of Agriculture, and National Economic and Development Authority. This is Angela Revibor reporting.
For the broader economic context, the 20 pesos rice proposal is part of the government's response to inflation. Government officials clarified that the 20 pesos rice program provides targeted assistance for vulnerable sectors, using NFA stocks distributed through KADIWA centers and local government units without replacing the commercial rice market. The National Economic and Development Authority explains that while short-term rice subsidies may provide immediate stability, long-term food security depends on increasing agricultural productivity, improving supply chains, and reducing post-harvest losses through sustained investments in infrastructure and farming systems. According to the Department of Science and Technology, sustaining the equivalent of 20 pesos per kilo in the long term will depend on reducing production costs and becoming more productive and efficient, especially as inflation continues to affect prices. Thus, Secretary Nato Soldong Jr. said that lowering the cost of rice through technology and value chain improvements could make a 20 pesos equivalent price feasible by 2030 or 2035. Reyna May Ruiz, reporting.
The 20 pesos rice program reflects the government's effort to address rising food costs while balancing agricultural sustainability and economic stability. As the program continues, its success will depend on transparency, fiscal sustainability, and continued support for Filipino farmers. This is Naljan B. Sumingkan reporting.